Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 and this, the brand new game mode, Hide and Seek. Yes, it is real, the developers have done it, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this brand new game mode. And that's actually not the only thing. Also today, the developers revealed a brand new partnership, which includes a brand new car coming to the game in next month's update. But we'll talk about that in a second. I think we need to start with Hide and Seek because it is so cool. I seriously can't believe Hide and Seek is the brand new game mode. I've been making Hide and Seek videos in Forza games for the past 10 years, but it is now an official game mode and it blows my mind. So let's talk about it. Let's explain how it works because it is very different from the Hide and Seek you sometimes might see here on the channel. So FH5 Hide and Seek comes out next month on September 10th. It's going to be a part of FH5 Update 38. It's a completely free update, so anybody can play it. Let's explain how the game mode works. So right out of the gate, it is a 6-player game mode. It is 1 hider versus 5 seekers who go head-to-head in 2 rounds. Round number 1 is a 4-minute round where the hider simply needs to survive for those 4 minutes without being found by the seekers. If the hider can survive those 4 minutes, the hider wins the round. If the seeker can find the hider and fill up their detection bar, the seekers win that round. At the end of round number 1, obviously there'll be a winner and a loser, and then in round number 2, it is again a 4-minute timer on the clock, but this time, the hider needs to go from point A to point B, a random location somewhere on the map. The hider will need to sneak across Mexico in those 4 minutes without being detected by the seeker. Now, I know what you're probably saying. Sounds simple enough. I'm just gonna jump in a camo Peel P50 for round number 1 and just hide somewhere in the bushes. No, you can't do that. The developers have actually locked what cars you can use and the paint jobs associated with those cars. So here are all of the cars for the hiders, and here are all of the cars for the seeker. One thing you'll notice about the hiders cars is all of these cars are actually traffic cars. So one of your strategies for hiding from the seekers could be trying to blend in with traffic, for example. If you're super smooth with your steering input and can follow the AI around at like a decent speed, well then, hey, you might be able to fool some of these seekers and sneak across Mexico pretending you're an AI. Anyways, all of these cars are bone stock, both in their performance and tuning and in the paint job. So if you're driving around in a Raptor, it's gonna be bright blue. If you're driving around in a Ford Bronco, it's gonna be orange. Now, the developers didn't just stop there. They also implemented power-ups into the hide and seek game mode that both the hider and the seekers have access to. They both have their unique ones. Throughout the hide and seek game mode, the seekers will actually have their maps on. However, it won't be your usual sort of mini-map. It'll only show the approximate location and the approximate, like, direction of where the hider is. However, the seekers have the ability to use a ping ability, which will show the actual location of the hider on their map for the next 20 seconds. Meanwhile, the hider can actually counteract that ability with the chase breaker power-up that turns the mini-map off for the hiders completely for the next 20 seconds. And when the hiders use the chase breaker power-up, all of the people seeking them will get physically slowed down, which will basically give the hider some space to try to make a gap and run away and either find a new place to hide or make that final dash to, like, the finish line. They do have cooldowns, so you can't just spam it over and over. I would assume, like, if you use the chase breaker, like, power-up, you might have, like, a minute-long cooldown. I'm sure there's gonna be all sorts of, like, interesting strategies associated with these power-ups. Like, just off the top of my head, I haven't played the game mode for myself just yet. Anyways, this new game mode will actually have its own levels associated with it, the same way as, like, racing does. So you can actually level all the way up to level 1000 in Forza Horizon 5 Hide and Seek now, which is pretty cool. And the developers also confirmed there are new achievements associated with FH5 Hide and Seek. The new achievements will only be coming out in October, but if you play the game in September and you unlock a bunch of those achievements, when the achievements, like, come out in October, you will already, like, proactively unlock those achievements if you've done stuff for them. I'm not gonna lie, as cool as the new hide and seek game mode sounds, I personally have a couple of worries about it. I've been playing hide and seek in Forza games for a very long time, probably longer than anybody, to be honest. And there are a couple things that I'm a little shaky on. Number one, not only is it a 1 versus 5 in the opposite direction to how we usually do hide and seek, but it also appears the Seekers have significantly faster cars than the Hiders do. Like, take a look at the cars that the Hiders are using. They're using a Jeep Wrangler, a Ford Raptor, Chevy Colorado, and a Mercedes X-Class. Everything's pretty much BC class in there, right? Nothing crazy fast. And then meanwhile, the Seekers have an M4 GTS, a Camaro ZL1, SLS AMG, Audi RS6. It's like the speed difference is unbelievable. It just feels like to me the Seekers are going to be zipping all around the map with their maps on, showing them the general direction of where the Hider is, so they can kind of just go straight there very quickly. And meanwhile, the Hider feels like a sitting duck. So if you assume that's the way the Seekers are going to play the game, it feels like to me the only viable strategy for the Hiders is to do like one of those car in traffic hiding scenarios. But at the same time, that also feels like it's going to be very difficult to do because FH5 straight up doesn't have enough traffic density. Like, if you're playing this game mode and you see two Ford Raptors just following each other, you know one of them's probably going to be a fake one. I've got to assume that the developers did a whole bunch of playtesting for the new game mode, but I haven't seen it for myself yet. I haven't tried it for myself just yet, so I can't really share any opinions on how well it plays just yet. We will need to wait and find out. Honestly, to me, it does feel like a little bit of a mix of everything you see here on the channel. Both the hide-and-seek game modes that we play every now and again, but more recently, it also feels like the most dangerous game modes that we play sometimes, which is physically a 1 versus 5 game mode. It's got, like, hiding elements, police chase elements, and the whole power-up thing. It's honestly pretty cool. I'm very excited to try it out for myself. As per usual, as soon as this new game mode comes out, I'm going to try it. I'm going to be having live streams of it. I'm going to give all my opinions and post a whole bunch of gameplay about it. So if you want to see any of that, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, that's not all we need to talk about because Forza also showcased earlier today a new partnership, and it's Forza and Jordan who are teaming up together. The developers are adding this into both Forza Horizon 5 and Forza Motorsport. It's the 1969 Chevy Camaro Luca 3 Motorsport car. Again, like the hide-and-seek game mode, this new car is going to be coming in the next update for both games in September, so be on the lookout for it then. And the car is actually going to be getting sent out in the message center, so you don't actually need to do anything to unlock it. You're just going to receive the car, and then you can go and use it if you want. There is also a Jordan Luca 3 racing suit that you can unlock, and the way you unlock that is by using this new car in 5 events in either Motorsport or Horizon, and that's the only way you can get it. Honestly, it sounds pretty cool. I do wonder if this is sort of a test for what might be coming in the next Forza Horizon game. Figuring out if people like licensed clothing, but also a test for maybe pushing it a step further in Forza Horizon 6. Maybe in the next game, there'll be a whole bunch of licensed Jordan shoes, maybe like Nike shoes and so on, and Forza can go and show other clothing manufacturers, hey, look, this is how well this clothing did, and would you like to pay lots of money for your clothing to be in the game? And maybe it's something the developers are testing. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, back to the multicolored Camaro. I think it actually looks pretty cool. I have no idea if it's going to be good to drive at all. I've got to assume it's going to have some pretty fun upgrades for it. It's definitely the sort of car where I could see if you could swap on some super thick drag racing tires to the thing. You could pop some enormous wheelies with it. I think that could be quite fun. We'll need to wait for September, though, before we try out this car. And that's it. That's everything you need to know about the FH5 hide-and-seek game mode that is coming out next month and the brand new Forza and Jordan partnership. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.